Hello everyone! I hope that all is well. If you are new here, welcome. I am Leopocrypha. It's a pleasure to meet you. I hope that you'll consider joining this little soul family that we have going on here. If you are returning, welcome back, soul family. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all of you guys who watch my readings. Thank you so much. It really does mean the world to me, to say the very least. As always, disclaimers, information, and decks are in the description box down below if you are interested. If you are new, please have a look at least at the disclaimers so you can get an idea of my style of reading. And if you've never watched a tarot reading before. And thank you all so very much for being here. And I just want you to know, as always, that I really, truly, deeply appreciate each and every single one of you guys. So, as per usual, I like to go with a general message to leave it open-ended for whatever it is that Spirit wants to come through, you know? So let's see what comes out. These cards are so big, I have to shuffle them different. They're kind of flimsy too, but at least that makes shuffling them like this easier. Kind of. Oh goodness. Queen of Swords in reverse. Be careful about how you come across to people. You deserve to say how you feel and to speak your mind, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I feel like what this is saying really quick here, a quick message before I continue, is like, be wary of how you speak your mind. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I feel like there may be an opportunity or a cycle among you that may be trying to break away. But if you say something you don't mean, or you come off very blunt and very harsh, it could affect this opportunity for something new. Perhaps. I'm just gonna take from the top. Judgment. Two of Swords in reverse. The Knight of Wands upright. The Ace of Cups in reverse. These cards are massive. The Hierophant for the High Priest. And the Hermit. I'm curious what's here. The Six of Wands. And look, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse again. So I'll put that off to the side. And let's see what we have here. So 5, 10. We have a 1, 2. We have a 9. What I would like to say about 5 and 10 is like, 5 is the number of change in numerology. 10 is being at an end. It's like right at the end. And look, this is a 20, but there's 2 10s, and look, this is the number 10. The Wheel of Fortune is the number 10, so I'm seeing a lot of 5s and 10s here. 5 meaning change, and 10 is being close to an end. What I'm seeing here is like, with this Judgment card, what it's telling me is I know this isn't the Temperance card, but I'm thinking of Temperance. So what this is telling me is for you to be tempered in your emotions, not to be so judgmental of a situation that is going on around you. And actually, the Judgment card came out, I believe, in the very last reading that I posted. So it's quite interesting. I feel like this is in regards to love, in regards to a new beginning in love. It's like it's this thing that you really want, but you're struggling to release judgment of past situations and scenarios, which is stifling you. It's blocking your ability to accept and receive love. It's what I'm getting here. I feel like things have been very difficult for you. I feel like things have been very difficult for you, and you're just trying to bloom like these flowers. You're trying to release yourself from feeling trapped and from feeling dead, from feeling lack, from feeling hate, spite, anger, jealousy, sorrow, any of that shit. I feel like you're trying to trust. I saw 818 right when I looked up. I feel like you're trying to trust in the process, but you're really losing heart. And you're trying to make a choice, or there's a choice being made around you. The Two of Swords card, I believe that this stone is a rutilated quartz, which is actually my favorite. This is abalone. This is a Hickomer diamond. And I'm not sure what these other ones are. I think this one is Prinite, or what's the other one? Peridot? I could be wrong. So really fast, I want to see what these crystals are, because I believe that this can have more meaning within itself. So let's see for Judgment. I'm not going to read all of the book or anything, but let's see here. It's like these other cards want to come out first. Let's see. Judgment is fire opal. So if you want to read it, usually I don't read them. Let's see. The sign is Pluto, fire opal, crown chakra, liberation, a newfound freedom. So that does make sense from what I was saying, that you're trying to release these feelings or this past of whatever it is that's going on around you, or that is sticking in your head. What is causing you heartache, distrust, all these difficult emotions. With the Ace of Cups, it is abalone. I'm sure of it, but let's see here. The Ace. Abalone, shell, base. Good things are coming your way. And this is making me think back to what I said, that you're losing hope in love. Because with good things coming your way in this book, if for this abalone shell, for the Ace of Cups is in an upright position. But here it's not. So again, what that's telling me is like you're really caught up in your head, and you're caught up in these emotions, and you're starting to lose sight of having trust and hope in spirit fulfilling, your desire for love. I feel like you're struggling to continue to heal your heart, and perhaps it has felt like one situation after one situation, and just bullshit after bullshit after bullshit of like this person using you, this person leaving your life and like just fucking ghosting you and disappearing out of nowhere, even though you guys, even though they said you're supposedly still friends and they don't treat you like a friend. Or like this situation over here where someone tries to use you or manipulate you, and I feel like you're just so sick and fucking tired of it. And I feel like you don't want to be in this situation. You don't want to be in this mode, these moods. You don't want to be in that, because that's detrimental. You know that being in that energy is literally keeping you stuck. And I feel like this is like you want to bloom and you want to blossom and you want to move away. You want to make the changes and to have like new beginnings. But you're really struggling right now is what I'm seeing. I feel like this is because of other people in your life and your view on the situations and scenarios that you have had to deal with those people. So I feel like perhaps you need to still heal any judgment, any criticism, any disdain, hate, spite, grudges. I feel like that's what this is saying. It's hard for you to not have a heavy heart when you're literally keeping yourself stuck intentionally or unintentionally, keeping yourself stuck in those emotions when it's literally counterintuitive, counterproductive. And you know that you need to release it, but I feel like you're struggling because, again, I feel like it's just one thing after another for you. And that's really difficult to handle, for anybody. It's not easy when one thing after another just happens, and it really does make you lose hope. I noticed that there's 3 major arcana here, and there's a 4th one under the deck. Let's move on to the 2 of Swords. It is rutilated cards, not terminated cards. It's as if you are going through a balancing act. There are so many possibilities. And that's pretty much what I was saying here with this section here. Is like you're trying to release these feelings because you know that they're only going to stifle you and hold you back from what it is that you're really asking for and what it is that you're really trying to be patient for, I feel like it's just really keeping you stuck. And these are double-edged swords, and there's two of them. I feel like maybe you feel backstabbed. Maybe one person, two people, three people, however many people have made you feel like maybe they make you feel inadequate, but just know that that's bullshit and that you are good enough. And just because people come and go in your life, or just because someone does something shitty or shady to you, doesn't mean that, you know, that you're not good enough. What they do is a reflection of themselves. That only reflects their own wounds. How you react is a reflection of yourself. And I feel like you understand this, or you're trying to understand this, which is a beautiful thing, because since you're giving yourself the opportunity to even look into that or to even perceive that as a possibility, it really is helping you in your situation, helping you bring some clarity into your situation, helping you heal, helping you have temperance and patience with the situation. So I know that the Hierophant is a Hickomer diamond, but let's see what the Hierophant has to say. Taurus, Sycamore diamond, brow, so the third eye chakra. So let's see. Wisdom, learning, knowledge, and intuition will bring together the talents and new ideas you need for a plan or project. Wisdom, learning, knowledge, and intuition. What this is telling me is you know within you what you need to do, but I feel like at the same time you don't. And what I mean by that is like your intuition is guiding you where you need to go, but you question it. And that is also holding you back. The High Priest has two keys. The High Priest is the same card as the Hierophant. He is the Hierophant, and he has two keys. So not only do we have two swords here, but we also have two keys. So there's symbology, or, you know, number meaning behind 2-2 if you want to look into that. 10-10, which is the number that I have mentioned before on my readings. 5. I think those would be numbers that are significant to you, that can have more meaning. The way that I like to look up numbers, you can look up numerology of number or whatever, or you could look up meaning of number blah blah blah. I'm still seeing balance here, like a desire for balance. Usually in the High Priestess, like one is black and one is white, but I'm also getting the sense as above, so below. As within, so without. You're trying to find, again, balance in your situation. You're trying to move away from heartache and from difficulty moving forward. There's something passionate that you want to pursue, or that you are waiting for some kind of passionate offer. So the Knight of Wands is Kyanite. It says clear, direct communication. Clear, direct communication. And this is making me think back to the beginning when I split the deck. I showed the bottom of the deck, and it was, what was it? It was the Wheel of Fortune, and when I split it, it was, damn, I don't even remember. But I know that I did bring up that message earlier. Oh, at the bottom of the deck was the Queen of Swords in reverse, and when I split the deck, I looked up and I saw 2022. So again, 22 is a synchronistic number, perhaps. When I split the deck, it was this card, and at the bottom of the deck was the Queen of Swords in reverse. And I was mentioning, be careful of how you speak, how you come off. It's a time to be a little bit more cautious about how you communicate to people. And here, definitely having this kyanite coming through, saying, you know, about communication is really making that into a synchronicity and a like it really is something that this reading is trying to inform you and inform us about, is to be mindful of the way that we are handling situations, the way that we are communicating. I saw 21, 23, 1, 2, 3 is another number progression, another synchronistic number that you may be seeing perhaps. With the kyanite, and it's the blue kyanite, is definitely saying to work on that communication. But I also feel like you're waiting for communication from someone, a situation perhaps. I feel like, you see, this horse isn't going anywhere. This horse isn't moving. Usually, all of the knights are moving cards. In this deck, I see no movement here. And it's like, you could see like as if there's kind of a gust of wind in that person's hair, but the horse isn't moving for shit. So I feel like you might want to tell someone about passion that you have, whether it's towards that person or towards a project. I feel like more so you're waiting, especially with this Hermit card right underneath it. I feel like you're waiting for a response from someone who's not taking action at all to respond to anything that you're saying. So I feel like you've kind of been ghosted. And perhaps it's from two people in particular that have ghosted you. Perhaps there are two people in particular that you kind of are still needing to heal from. Whether they are people from your past or new people in your life, or maybe one is from your past and one is more recent. I feel like despite whether these people come forward and communicate to you, be wary of how you react, because once again, the way you react is your choice. And the way you react will affect whatever it is that is going on. I feel like you may think that these people have more hold over you, perhaps, more say of a situation, where it's like actually your say has more merit than you're giving yourself credit for, is what I'm getting here. You have a say. You don't have to put up with shit from nobody. Like, that doesn't mean that you have to be a bitch about it. And trust me, I know exactly what that is like. So I'm speaking from personal fucking experience, because I'm an Aries and I always come off as a bitch because I just say how I feel when I feel it, and it doesn't always end up very well. So learn from me, learn from my mistake or whatever, and try to be a little bit more conscious about how you speak, how you communicate. And what this night is about, clear communication. So communicate effectively and clearly how you feel and what it is that you feel, but try to leave any anger or sorrow out of it. So if you need to tell someone, hey, you know what, I don't appreciate that you're treating me poorly, you know, I don't deserve to be treated like that. There's nothing wrong with saying that, but if you're gonna come off like, hey, you're being a fucking asshole and fuck you because you treat me like this and I'm sick and tired of your shit and blah blah blah, like that's a way different thing. For me, the first way would be, you know, the Wheel of Fortune. You're able to communicate and convey what you're saying without tipping the scales in a negative way. You know, don't be a part of the problem. And that doesn't mean that you can't speak your mind. I believe that we should all feel free to speak our mind. But at the same time, we have to be mindful of how we say things sometimes. And I definitely am not the best at this, but especially if someone's messaging you or you're not necessarily seeing each other face to face, it's way easier to take the time to read it and to respond, taking your time, and to not just fucking explode on someone's ass. Versus seeing someone face to face, it's much harder because, you know, you feel those feelings strongly, and sometimes the words just come pouring out of your mouth and it's like, oh shit, I said things in ways that I did not want to say, but I mean, the essence of what I said still remains true. This is about clear communication, so definitely be cautious of your communication. And however, whatever, if ever someone communicates to you that has put you in this Ace of Cups in reverse, this Two of Swords in reverse, someone who's put you in this hermit kind of card or in a judgmental kind of mind state or feeling that things aren't going to work out, hear them out. Hear them out, but also don't be afraid to speak your mind clearly with thought. Not just clearly, bluntly, whatever the fuck comes out of your mouth, but clearly in a thought out manner. I feel like this is important for this situation because, especially with these major arcana cards coming out, this is something that I feel is a life lesson. This is something that I feel your guides are trying to get you to understand, is to have better boundaries and communication to where you don't allow people to use you. You don't allow people to be even in a situation where they can, but at the same time not being so heavily guarded. And I know that that sounds like a conundrum, but it's like only you can really know how that's going to work out for you. When it is that you're going to let people get closer to you, when it is that you're going to let people, you know, in on who you really are. You know, you need to create and maintain your own boundaries. And I feel like what this may be saying is there may be situations where you push yourself to not follow your own boundaries, and it ends up making you feel stuck. It ends up making you feel like you have a broken heart or like someone's just fucking using you. And then you start to become judgmental upon them. But what you're not realizing as well is that you're allowing this to happen. Let's say it's a situation that someone is supposedly claiming to be this, that, or the other, and they're coming in and they're trying to swoop in, and you're like, you know what? It's gonna take more than that to really prove to me, and it's not in a way to push them away, but in a way to protect yourself and to realize like things are better when they take time. Like a diamond is not formed overnight. A diamond will never be formed overnight. And maybe you could argue like cubic zirconia, but that's fake. Like that's man-made. Of course, that's going to be faster, but it will hold no power in comparison, in my personal opinion, to the just perfection that diamonds are, that are created from the earth over so many years, thousands of years under intense heat and pressure. A diamond, the strongest or sharpest instruments used are diamond cutters, right? They use diamonds. So by that consensus or whatever, there's no man-made anything that could be as strong or as great as a diamond. I mean, you can make something that looks like it, but a cubic zirconia is not a diamond, A cubic zirconia is a cubic zirconia, which is beautiful in its own way, but it will never be a diamond. Does that make sense? Is that just me? Is that just my opinion? Am I crazy? But in my personal opinion, there are no man-made representations of crystals or like natural things that are better than the natural thing. But that's just my own personal opinion. So what I'm seeing with this is like, I kind of did go off on a tangent, but you see how this Hickomer diamond here is like on his heart chakra? You need to understand and appreciate just how strong your heart is. Your heart isn't just a chunk of metal. Your heart isn't just a chunk of flesh. Your heart is, yes, literally, it is muscle and all of that. Technically, yes. But metaphorically, it's not just sand. It's not just this. It's not just that. It's a fucking diamond. And I was just going on about how there's nothing stronger than a diamond in many, many, many ways. And your heart is a diamond. So that's telling me not only are you one of a kind and unique and special, and this was gifted to me by my little niece, my brother, and my sister-in-law. But really, like, this is what this is telling me. For your diamond to be a heart, not only are you one of a fucking kind, you're stronger than you give yourself credit for, is what I'm getting here. And you need to appreciate and understand just how strong you are. Not in a cocky way, but I'm getting another message. The diamond is the strongest. And the heart is a diamond. But diamonds are also clear. So what this is telling me as well is like, you know how earlier I was mentioning how you're trying to find a balance between, letting people in and not letting them in too soon, and, having boundaries and all this shit, right? With the diamond, is so strong that it is kind of like a barrier of the heart, but it's clear. So it's not like you're hiding who you are from people. They can see your heart, but at the same time, you're so strong, and you need to remember to have those boundaries and to hold them in place, because boundaries are good. I mean, it's possible to have too many, and it's possible to, to not have healthy boundaries. But if you have healthy boundaries, that's healthy. It's a good thing. Like, everyone needs to have boundaries to some degree, so that people don't just waltz right in and just swoop it away and, crush your heart and just throw it back in your face. You have to have boundaries, and you have to learn how to stop people in their tracks when you notice certain signs. Like, okay, I'm not going to allow you to do that. I'm open enough and receptive enough to allow you to see who I really am, but I can't give you my heart just because you claim that you deserve it. Let's see it. Let's see if you stand the test of time. Let's see if you just disappear because it's too much work for you. A diamond deserves to fucking be worked for. A diamond is none of the other ones, and is right in the middle. Is right in the middle. A diamond is unique. A diamond is special. And I just thought, maybe you are a diamond. I mean, like, maybe you're an Aries. Maybe this someone else is an Aries. Every sign is special in their own way. And I feel like what this is saying is, treat your heart like a fucking diamond. You wouldn't just propose to just anybody, right? You wouldn't just put a ring on it just because this person comes, oh, you're my soulmate. Oh, that's nice. I've heard it a million times. Prove it. Let's see if you stand the test of time. You know what I mean? Let's walk the walk and not talk the talk here. If you're just gonna swoop in and tell me all these beautiful things, I've heard them so many times, can you prove it to me that you're gonna actually be there for me? I feel like you need to, a change that you need to make is to treat your heart like a fucking diamond. Don't give it out so easily. Don't give yourself up so easily. Definitely. Make someone put in the fucking work. And I'm not saying to make them like bend over backwards and to break their everything for you. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not healthy either. But what I'm saying is, someone who really finds you important will make time for you. Even if all they have time for throughout their whole fucking day while they're sitting down taking a shit is to message you, hey, I hope you have a great day. That shows something. Because I'll tell you what, there are not many people who do that. So if you have someone who's really genuinely, you see that they want to put in the work, and I'm not saying to work overdrive or, again, there's a healthy boundary for people to work on knowing each other better and to work on all of that. And there's an unhealthy boundary of like, oh, well, you're going to have to work for it all and I'm not going to do shit and that's your part. Like, work for it. There's a complete difference. There's a fine line between both. And I feel like this is saying you need to find that fine line. It's time for you to find it because you're sick and tired of feeling judgmental of other people because you want to grow and you don't want to feel stuck in these emotions, but then you're falling into patterns. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is like falling into patterns, not moving away from them. The snake here is about healing, right? The key, again, there's two keys. The key to healing is to understand your heart is a diamond. and for you to treat it like a diamond. And for anyone in your vicinity, anyone who's trying to get closer to you, to treat it like a diamond. Not like anything else. And I don't mean that in a cocky way. I mean because people fucking go around breaking hearts like it's nothing, and it's sad. And then they go around asking, why am I never able to find love? Oh, well, maybe because any situation that you're in, you just break hearts. Right? I mean, it's true, isn't it? You need to start treating yourself with the amount of respect that you know that you deserve from other people. Treat yourself like a fucking diamond. And don't allow people to treat you less than a fucking diamond. And that doesn't mean to be all hoity-toity, uptight, like fucking... If you want to buy me a gift, you have to spend all this money on me. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not healthy. But I'm saying for someone to go around telling you, you mean the world to me, and you mean this to me, okay, prove it. Let's hang out. Let's choose a day to hang out, Let's meet up on this day. You have time? Let's hang out. Oh, but I have this, and oh, but I have that, and I can't. And okay, well, what about, another day? Oh, well, I don't know, because I might have plans. And it's like, okay, well, I'm trying to make plans with you, so you want to or not? No, well, excuses, man. You want to see me or not? Someone who really wants you will go out of their fucking way to make some kind of time for you. Even if they're the most busy person, they have jobs and they have work and they have school, it's understandable if they can't meet up. In this day and age, with cell phones and with video chat, I mean, at the very least, hey, I don't give a fuck. You can video chat me while you're taking a shit. I'm exaggerating. You know what I mean? But when there's a will, there's a way. And you will know. You will know when someone is actually trying to make effort for you. So what this is telling me is stop wasting your time expecting love from people who don't treat you like a fucking diamond. Shine Bright Like a Diamond, the song by Rihanna. Diamond is coming out in my head. Moving on to the Hermit. The Hermit has a star in his lantern. And this always makes me think of the star card of maintaining hope. So let's see what the Hermit card is about. The Hermit is Peridot. Yep. It says, too much information is coming at you and aspects of your life are becoming confusing. Isn't that what I mentioned, like in the beginning of the reading? Like there's all this shit, all these emotions that are making you feel stuck. That's confusion. Feeling stuck is feeling confused. Not being able to move forward because of that. Green. There's a lot of green here, and green is the color of the heart chakra. And I was mentioning about the heart here, and the heart here with the diamond. With the Hermit is telling me you need to continue to heal your heart. And you need to start being more the word that came to my mind is selective, but I don't think that really translates very well. That sounds like playing a game in a way, and that's not what I mean. So not really in a selective kind of way, not selective in a judgmental kind of way, but selective in knowing who treats you right. Treating people right is a two-way street. 2. Balance. 22. I mentioned that earlier. 10-10 is also balanced. You know? 5 is in the middle of 10. So 5 is the balancing point when it comes to 10, right? There's a need to go within and to remain hopeful for your hopes and dreams, and for love, and for your own prosperity and abundance and independence. Continue to hope and continue to move towards that. Don't allow shitty circumstances or people who treat you like shit to bring you down, because you're a fucking diamond. Your heart is a diamond, and you need to treat yourself like you're a fucking diamond, because I feel like there's a sense here that you don't, to some degree. So what this is telling me is you need to be more sure of yourself. And I don't mean that in a cocky way. I never mean that in a negative way. You know? I mean that in a way where you know yourself, know thyself. To know thyself is to understand others more. But to know yourself is not to allow people who have like all these secret intentions and all these, like, all they want to do is get in your life, get in your pants, and get the fuck out and never show themselves ever again and just ghost you. Like, no, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. And of course, you never know someone's true intentions. But the longer you get to know someone, the better. Because then that'll show. Because, I mean, someone who's just in to play a fucking game with you, chances are they're not. Most people aren't going to stick it out for a long time, because they're going to get tired of it and like, oh, you're too hard to get. Like, you know what? I'll go find someone who's easier. Okay, bye. Thanks for not wasting my time anymore. Bye. You know? Thank you for being a lesson in my life. And that lesson was to not allow you to have my heart so easily. And it's so hard. And speaking from personal experience right now, like, it's so hard because some people will really truly make you fucking believe that they mean what they say. And if they just fucking ghost you out of nowhere, obviously they're fucking full of shit. And I mean, I don't know everyone's situation, so I can't say for sure, but for the most part, if they message you every day or every other day, you know, regularly, or however long you guys know each other, and then all of a sudden, let's say you finally let them get in your pants, and all of a sudden, they disappear off the face of fucking earth. Right? And let's say it's been weeks and the same shit, and you know that, you know, chances are they have seen your messages or something. Like, you don't deserve to be stressing out over this shit. You know what? That only shows who they are. And of course, I don't know your situation. I don't know their situation, so I can't say for sure. But most of the time, it seems to be an accurate kind of position where it's like, okay, well, I mean, you were so consistent for so long, and then now you get what you want and you're gone? Huh. I see you. No more mask. All right, I see you. You know? And there's a need to heal that. There's a need to treat yourself and to not let anyone treat you less than a diamond. And again, I don't mean that in a cocky way. Have healthy boundaries, not overbearing boundaries, like a narcissistic boundaries or something. That's not what I mean. That's not healthy. But you are a diamond. You are unique, and you deserve to be treated with some fucking respect from yourself and from other people. When I looked up, I saw 50-49, and immediately it changed to 50-50. 5 again is a number of change. You need to change your perspective of yourself. You need to understand just how much you really are worth. Because you really are truly one of a kind. And you don't deserve to be treated like shit. Don't hold grudges. Release that. Acknowledge it. Yes, of course. I mean, it's going to get to a point where you have to be like, okay, not in denial and be like, okay, this person really just fucking used me. All right. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. You don't deserve to be treated like that. You really don't. No one does. That's just fucked up. That's pathetic. But if you want to grow and you want to heal, then you have to release that and you have to heal that. You have to go within and you have to heal that. You have to communicate how you feel when you feel it. But be cautious of how you communicate. Don't stoop to this person's level, is what I'm getting. But at the same time, know that you deserve to speak your mind. If you feel called to speak your mind, even if someone's gonna leave you unread or not pay attention or whatever, that's their problem. When you speak your mind, if you send them a message, you did your part and you're like, you know what, I'm letting this go. With love, with healing, with compassion, but I'm not going to keep being treated like this. It's not right. And I'm not treating you like this. So I don't deserve to be treated like this either. If you really care about me like you say you do, you would not treat me like this. That's not right. And I'm not going to put up with it. Not from me, not from you, not from anyone else. This is not right. It's not healthy, and it's only tearing me down. Don't allow people to step all over you. Stand your ground. Speak your truth. Again, be wary of how you speak it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because chances are, most of us, if someone just comes up to us and starts yelling, not only will that cause us to be in an energy of aggravation, most likely, but we'll probably be in an energy like, you can't speak to me like a fucking, mature adult. Like, why should I listen to what you're saying? You're just barking in my face. Like, calm down. Like, I don't even know what's going on. Let's talk about it. But don't come off so accusingly. Don't come off so as a matter of fact, like you don't know someone else's situation. But it's also not good for you to allow people to treat you like, oh, sorry, I wasn't around because I had shit going on. Okay, that's understandable, but I mean, even while you're taking a shit, you're on your phone, like you can say, hey, sorry, busy. Like, I feel like if you're the type of person to go above and beyond for people that you allow to get close to you, and they just fucking breadcrumb you and give you scraps, no. Mm-mm. You deserve better. You don't deserve that shit. Really. But I feel like what you want is love. You want commitment. You want love. You want reciprocity, and I don't know why the word retribution's coming out in my head. You want temperance. You want healing. Then you need to move away from this situation that has caused you to be like this. Because when you're not moving forward, look, if you're not moving forward, it shows. It's obvious. It's plain as day. I saw 55, 57, 555. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is amethyst. Amethyst is a very intuitive stone. Let's see what it says there for this one. Even though it is amethyst, it's of the heart chakra. That's interesting. It says, this is a time to ride your luck. But it's in reverse. So I feel like you feel like you're stuck. And I feel like if the scenario, if the situation that I am talking about is resonating with you, this is what's keeping you stuck, is your focus on the negative of what is going on in your life. And I know, trust me, I know from fucking experience how hard it is. I just looked up at my clock, not the one on my phone, my actual clock. It said 6:16. 6 is a number of love. You need to love yourself, and you need to allow love into your situation, to let it go. If someone's gonna treat you like shit, bye. With all love and respect, bye. I don't need people in my life who are gonna treat me like shit. So if that's all you came here to do, is to take something from me, physically, emotionally, mentally, verbally, I don't know, whatever. I don't need that shit. So I'm gonna heal from it. And I'm gonna work on myself, work on my stability, work on my foundation. Because I don't need people like this to be treating me like shit. But at the same token, I'm not gonna go around treating people like shit. So I'm gonna forgive you and I'm gonna move on. But like, don't come around like doing the same thing because I forgive you. I forgive you. Let's both learn from this and let's move on. But if I forgive you and you come around and try to do the same shit, then, you know, that's only a reflection of you. I'm not gonna let it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? However it goes. There's a need to focus on not on this negative energy bullshit that's going on around you, but to focus within on the healing and on that you're a fucking diamond, that you deserve better. You deserve to treat yourself better, and you deserve to hold yourself, hold your boundaries to yourself. You know what I mean? Healthy boundaries. Don't just allow someone to waltz right in and swoop you off your feet. I'm getting a need for, what's the word? Not clarity. can't think of the word. There's a need for it's like there's a need for understanding that you deserve better. And there's a need for, I really can't think of the word. Anyway, there's a need to understand that you are good enough. And no matter how someone treats you is not a reflection of you. Now, if you did something that was wrong, then you need to take responsibility for that, yes. But if you've been doing everything in your power to be compassionate and understanding and caring and loving, and someone takes advantage of that, that is not a reflection of you not being good enough. That is a reflection of themselves and of the healing that they need to do in their own life. Understand that and let it go. Wish them the best, but let it go, because it doesn't serve you. It doesn't resonate with you. The Eight of Pentacles is about planting the seeds, right? It's about reaping what you sow. The Eight of Pentacles comes right before the Nine of Pentacles, which is about independence. So I'm seeing there's a need to focus on yourself, on your healing. Like this is like aloe vera. Whenever I see those, it makes me think of aloe vera, and the green, like healing. The green and pink in these little flower sections makes me think of the heart chakra. Or like unakite. This is not unakite, but let's see what it is actually. Before I get distracted and keep not getting to the point. This is copper. Copper, you're on the path to success, and there is great potential. There is great potential. And I feel like what's blocking you from your success, what's blocking you from your independence, what's blocking you from having a new beginning and moving forward and following your intuition and your heart, what's blocking you is you. Despite all of the bullshit that's going on in your life, what's blocking you is you. Because you need to make sure that you know your own worth. And you can't allow people to treat you less than. And again, it's not coming from a place of cockiness. I'm saying it needs to come from a place of healthy boundaries. It needs to come from a place of self-love. In order for you to have healthy boundaries and to understand how people should be treating you, you need to understand how to treat yourself. You need to understand how to love yourself. I saw 1, 4, 14. 4 is the number of stability. When you add 4 and 1, it's 5. Here's a 5. 5 is change. So again, it's reiterating that message of there needs to be a change of your own perspective within yourself about yourself. First and foremost. And when you understand that, it's going to be easier for you to let go of people, places, things that don't treat you right. With a kind heart. not with spite or anger or fear or anxiety. Do it with a kind heart, with a pure heart, with a heart like a diamond, strong but clear and precise. 10505. 5. Again, 555. Change. Oh, this feels like a very heavy reading. This feels very heavy. But I mean, let's see what else we get. Let's move on. These cards wanted to come out. Let's see what they are. Grieving. There's this feeling of feeling sad over a situation, trying to change like the 5, but still feeling stuck. Dreams. Remember how I said with this lantern of hope and the star, to follow your dreams, to pursue your dreams and happiness and all of that? That's important. When we respect ourselves and love ourselves enough to follow our dreams, nothing can get in our way but us. But that's the thing, is that we keep ourselves stuck so often. 1/6/16. My goodness. I'm not always just staring at the time. I'm like, I look down, and then when I look up, I notice. So it's just interesting. Fertility. So I'm seeing that there could be this sense of wanting, again, a new beginning, wanting something to grow, wanting your dreams to come to fruition, wanting nothing around you to get in your way, because you're fertile with creativity. You're fertile with the desire to move forward. With family and wow, okay, look at this. This card has never, ever come out for me in any reading ever. This is the first time I ever see this card. And so how fucking interesting when I'm talking about clarity of the heart and how clear and pure the diamond is. And look, right on top of the Hierophant. That's significant. Here with the family, I'm seeing this could be family situation. There could be family trauma, heartache that needs to be healed from. Childhood experiences that need to be worked from and healed from, and perhaps these family wounds or whatever happened in the past could be negatively stifling your ability to accept love. Perhaps there was something in your life or someone else's life that you're dealing with that was a hard upbringing, to say the very least. So, I mean, we all need to learn to heal that. That is no excuse for treating people like shit. No matter what it is that you have gone through in your life, that is no excuse for treating other people like shit. You don't like to be treated like shit. You don't deserve to be treated like shit. And just because you have doesn't mean that you should perpetuate that and be a part of the problem and inflict that onto others. That's not right. No matter who it was in your life, no matter the situation, the circumstance, there's a need to transform, a need to release from that. And again, to not let anyone walk all over you, to have healthy boundaries where you're able to love yourself and you're able to give to yourself, to nurture yourself. Clarity. It's like a crystal ball. I don't think this card has ever come out. You have the clarity within you. You know. Your intuition tells you all the time. You know all of this. I feel like you've heard this before. Either it's you telling yourself and you're still stuck because it's difficult, it's hard, it's not easy. Just because we know the path to continue on, or just because we know the next step to take, doesn't mean that's easy. But with clarity, know that you need to move forward without judging this message of healing and self-love. Stop denying it, stop pushing it aside, because if you really want transformation, you have to do that. There's no way around it. None. No matter if you put your hand anywhere, let's just say you put your finger right here, and you trace anywhere along, let's say you have a crystal ball, which I do, but okay, for the sake of this, I'll show it. Let's say you have a crystal ball, right? And you put your hand on a point of the crystal ball, and you follow it, and you follow it. No matter where you go, you're gonna end up in the same spot. I mean, essentially, it's the same thing around the crystal ball. You're still gonna end up in a point that's still, like, it's hard for me to explain what I'm trying to say. This is kind of off topic, but this crystal ball makes me think of a dragon's eye, and right now it's looking at us. You know within you. The power is within you. The secrets are within you. The knowledge is within you. And with clarity you can see. Not with judgment. No matter where you are on a point, on a sphere, you're still on the sphere. You know what I mean? Like, it's a sphere, so it's the same everywhere, all around, right? So if I have my finger here, it's still essentially the same in terms of placement and direction as if it's right here, or right here, or over here. It's not like, let's say, it's not like this, for example, that if I put it here on this point, look, it's a different point than if it's right here. It's completely different point than if it's over here, that's literally on a point, or it's literally on a flat surface, or it's literally on a corner. You know what I mean? In a situation like that, it will never be the same point. But when you have clarity, no matter what's going on around you, you have clarity. Because you're on the same point. Like, you're not literally on the same point, but you're on the same I don't know what it is I'm trying to say. No matter where you are on a sphere, it's still a sphere. There's no shape that has the energy like a sphere, where everything is evenly distributed around it. I don't have my stand with me because I just grabbed my sphere. But my point is, literally, the energy that emanates off or around the sphere, I saw 11441. It's still a sphere. So the energy, I really should have grabbed that, my stand. The energy of a sphere is still going to emanate off of it in an equal manner, not just from one side. It's not like a point that it's like the energy is going up, you know? Again, if I put my finger here, it's on a flat surface, versus if I put it here, it's on a point. No matter where you put your finger on a sphere, it's still a sphere, and your finger is still essentially the same elevation or anything as it was before. The sphere's energy is powerful and it's different than any other energy of a different shape, because it emanates energy equally away from it, you know, or it gathers energy from all sides. I don't know why. I mean, I feel like I'm really going on tangents here, but I'm getting the sense of, like, for example, if someone casts a circle, it's not necessarily that they're literally just casting a circle around them. Mentally, what they're doing is enclosing themselves in a sphere of protection. So even if you just see a sphere of salt, actually, I never thought about this. I never realized this ever. And I've had these cards for a while, and I use them a lot. This is like a ring of salt. This is like a protection circle. And with the pentacle here, pentacles are for protection. They symbolize the elements: fire, earth, air, water, and spirit. This is protection. And what I'm trying to say is, it's not literally just a circle on the floor and that's your protection circle. No, you want a strong protection circle? You're literally encasing yourself in a sphere, in a bubble. Because energy doesn't just come from the floor walking towards you. It could come from below, it could come from above, it could come from a diagonal. It doesn't have to literally walk past the salt. If everyone has a different way of doing things, you know, and I don't like gatekeeping. I'm not going to tell you how to do your shit. But personally, I believe if you're going to cast a circle, you don't just cast a circle. You cast a sphere around you to protect your energy from any direction. So a sphere not only emanates energy equally, but if you're within the sphere, you're protected equally. I just saw 1:18:18. 8 is about cycles to me. 9 is close to a 10. 9 is close to the end, which is the step before a new beginning. With every end comes a new beginning. Clarity. You have the clarity within you, but you need to absorb it. The clarity is within you, and you know it, and it's there, and you're the hermit sometimes. Like, even the hermit has a sphere on top of his staff. Maybe because he knows the sphere emanates energy all around him. If light could emanate from a sphere, it would literally emanate all around it. It would glow. It would be a ball of light, literally. Now, if you have a flashlight, it's like a point. Oh, look. I just saw in the camera clarity. how it's magnified. Clarity. You have the clarity. With a flashlight, the light doesn't emanate all around it. No, it just emanates from the end where the light comes out, right? Like a point. And that's my point. I'm going on too far about this. I feel like let me continue on. But I'm happy my dragon's eye was able to make an appearance. Definitely, I would say whatever animal you feel called to work with, or to have their energy, work with that. Know that is significant. If you love dragons, I love dragons. Then maybe that's a message to you too. And a dragon sure as hell wouldn't let anyone just fucking walk all over them. Now dragons can be tempered, yes. And with this card again, there's that call to be tempered and to be, in a good way, not in a bad way. Let me continue. 121-23, strength. Know that you have the strength within you. The strength is all around you. And speaking of animals, she's wearing antlers. She has two cubs with her. She has a butterfly on her. She's surrounded by nature. Definitely, if you feel called to work with a specific totem animal, do it. Maybe that will help bring you clarity. Maybe that will help bring in transformation of whatever situation's going on in your life. I'm curious what else is underneath right here. Lighten your load. You ain't got time to fucking be worrying and crying over people who just use you and manipulate you. No. Naturally, we all get to that state, and there's nothing wrong with that. Embrace your emotions and feel through them, and that's how you heal them. But don't let them stifle you. Don't let them keep you stuck, is what I'm getting at. You know? Let go. You don't need to have the weight of the world on your shoulders, on your back. That's not your responsibility to bear. You cannot live the life of how many billions of people are on Earth? Over 5 billion people? You are not responsible for 5 billion fucking people. You're only responsible for you and any mouths that you have to feed, whether they're your pets or they're your children, or they're an adult who's elderly that you're taking care of. That's it. That's it. All you have to worry about really is yourself and whoever is dependent on you. That's it. Everyone else who's trying to just take and take and take and take from you, no. Lighten up the load. You're not responsible for everyone else's decisions. You're not responsible for everyone else's shit that's going on in their life. You need to lighten your load, and you need to understand that you need to put yourself first. With all respect, with love in the world, with compassion, and with care to other people, and especially to yourself. Other people, what they do with their life is their choice. That's their decision, and they have to live with it. Just like what you do with your life is your choice, and you have to live with that. So lighten up the load. You don't have to be screaming into the ether, into the sun, that your back is broken. Then stand up and let it roll off of you. It's not your burden to carry. It's not. It really isn't. You are not responsible for anyone else in your life unless they are dependent on you. That's it. So again, the only person you're responsible for is you. Now, if you're married, then yes, that's a responsibility. If you have children, of course, that is your responsibility. That's someone who's dependent on you. If you are taking care of an elderly person, such as a family member who's elderly, that is your responsibility, yes. But still, what each and every individual says and how they react to things is a reflection of themselves, not you. Don't perpetuate. I don't know why I'm getting this sense here now, talking about family, going back to this family trauma and all that. Don't perpetuate family trauma. If you were abused or neglected, then don't perpetuate that. Don't be that way with other people. Even if it's not a child, especially if it's a child, don't. Just fucking don't. But don't be that way with a significant other. You know, learn from those people so you don't have to make the same stupid fucking mistakes. Learn from your past so you can lighten off the load. So you can move past it with clarity. Let it go. It's not your burden to carry. And you don't deserve to be in agonizing tension and anxiety and fear and anger and resentment and sorrow because of other people's shitty reactions or shitty ways of treating you. You don't deserve that. Transform that. And don't allow people to take advantage of you. You need to stand your ground with both feet firmly planted on the ground. Again, not in a selfish way. In a way that comes from self-love and compassion. If someone wants to be a part of your life, then they can't be taking from your fertility, from your compassion, from your love. It's a reciprocal fucking thing. Love is a two-way fucking street, not one. If someone tells you they love you and they ain't do shit for you, they're bullshitting. They're in denial because they think that it's your responsibility to hold them on your shoulders. Nah, fuck that. It's a two-way street. Either you meet me halfway or don't, but I'm not gonna cry over anymore. I'm done. I feel like this is your energy that you're in. You're stepping into your strength with love and with compassion, with fertility for creating new things. And you're lightening up your load. Finally, you're lightening up your load so you can transform. You know, transform away from this sorrow, from this pain, from holding on to the burdens of the world. That's not your responsibility. 128. Which 2 and 8 make 10. So 1, 10, 10. 10, 10. Again, a completion of a cycle. A cycle. A cycle. A cycle. Cycle here too. With the moon. Lunar cycles. Healing. I was talking about healing. This card also came out in the last reading, I believe. I won't go too deep into this card because I went on and on throughout the reading about healing. But what I will mention again is green is the color of the heart chakra, of healing, of prosperity, abundance. She's at peace. She's healing herself. And look, we have more spherical imagery. She's healing within herself and finding that purity of her own heart. If there's something about drinking problems, whether that's a family history, or you yourself or a significant other or someone in particular, if I say that and that's a message for you or that's something that you have to heal, then that might be a message for someone. Something about alcoholism or addictions. Addictions can be anything. Someone could be addicted to drugs, alcohol, sex, success. Someone literally, an addiction to anything is not a good thing because we need to find balance. Life is about balance. And when we tip the scales on one thing more than the other, like a workaholic, this is a workaholic. So no matter what it is that you're addicted to is going to put you here because it means that you're allowing control over something else to have control over you is what I mean to say. Underneath the deck is financial health. So perhaps this is something playing into it. With the 8 of Pentacles in reverse about reaping what you sow and planting the seeds, I feel like there may be something financially unstable about your situation right now that may be adding to the load. And that's understandable. A lot of people, it really is sad what's going on in the world right now. And I'm in the US, and what's going on in the US, I just saw 131. 4 is stability. It's hard to find stability these days. It is. But don't give up on your hopes and your dreams. While you're working towards finding stability, continue to work towards your hopes and your dreams. No matter what that is, if you want to be a musician, then it's good to have a plan B. I was talking to a friend of mine about this yesterday because he really loves music, and music is his passion, and that's what he really wants to do above all else in his life is music. But he knows about IT and computers and stuff, and so he's like, I want to go to school for that. And I told him that's great that you have, because he was telling me that's his plan B in case music doesn't work out for him. I'm like, but don't see it like that. It's good to have a plan B. It is. But at the same time, don't have that kind of mentality, because then that's not allowing you to put, focus on what you really actually want. That's being burdened by something else. I didn't say that. I'm saying that now, but I hope I'm making sense. Like, we all need to find stability, but we should all also continue to strive, no matter what's going on around us, strive towards our dreams. Even if that's like you want to be an artist, if that's even just practicing one thing a day or every other day, or however works for you, because everyone's busy and everyone has different situations. So if all you can practice today is drawing an eye, just one, hey, you drew something, you did something. And you know what? You should be happy, because there are so many people who say, I want to be this, I want to be that, and they don't do anything throughout their whole 24-hour day regarding that, because they feel like they have the weight of the world on them. Release that and strive towards what it is that you really want. Home, inspiration. I feel like this home card is making me think back to this family, so there's a lot of things regarding family that need to be healed, that need to be worked through, that need to be forgiven, and that need to be moved on from. But it's also making me think of stability. Trying to find that stability. Follow your inspiration. Your inspiration will lead you to manifestation. Like, when you follow your inspiration, it helps you manifest what it is that you're trying to manifest in your life. Freedom. Maybe you feel like a caged bird, but know that you have the trust and know that you have the freedom within you to move away from those situations, those scenarios that play out in our head. That heart chakra is beaming. Trust that good things are coming and that you are protected. And I was talking about, the salt and protection, transformation, prosperity. This is beautiful. Reconciliation. Reconcile with yourself. Reconcile with who you really are and what you're really meant to be. And that's something that only you can bring clarity to yourself. 3555, 555. Change your perspective is what that's telling me. Find clarity. I feel like this was a very, very I feel like this was a heavy reading. I want you to know that you are protected. I want you to remember, because you already know this. Even if you deny it, it's important for us to remember that we are strong, that we do deserve to heal, that we do deserve to be forgiven and to forgive others as long as we learn our lessons and make changes that we need to. You're full of potential is what this is telling me, and you need to really strive towards that, is what that's telling me. Follow your fertile thoughts. Follow your inspirations. Follow the things in your life that make you feel at peace and at one with nature. Birds may be messengers to you, bringing forth back to awareness of those animals. And the Hierophant here. Know that you are a diamond and you deserve to be treated as such. I know this was a heavy reading, but I will end it here. Know that you do deserve the best. And don't let the past hold you back. Know that healing is with you. You just have to sit with it. And sometimes that's very difficult. But that's the only way to gain clarity, is to sit with ourselves and to sit with our heart and to sit with our, what it is that we need to transform. I feel like you're on the right path, but the blockages that are in your way are, things that may be subconsciously holding you back. So, know that you're worth it. Know that you are enough. No matter how people treat you, don't put up with it. From nobody, no one. Not family, not friends, no one. No one should be treating you less than you deserve. No one. Period. You are a diamond, and you deserve to be treated as such. You're beautiful, you're smart, you're strong. Your dreams and aspirations, your goals are worth striving towards. And you need to let go of the burden thinking that, everything is on your shoulders when it's not. 39. Your life is on your own shoulders. And it's time for you to stand up straight. Stand up straight. And I have terrible posture, and I'm over here like a hunchback right now. And I'm sitting straight now. Stand up straight. Straighten yourself out because you deserve it. And because that's what's good for you. That's healthy. That's a healthy boundary. To release the burdens that are not your own, that you have no control over. Stand up straight and walk straight with clarity, with peace, with the healing that you have had come to you through the work that you have gone within yourself to heal, because you are strong and you do know. You know more. I saw 40-40. You know more than you give yourself credit for. You're more wise than you give yourself credit for. You're way fucking stronger than you give yourself credit for. I feel like Spirit is applauding you and very proud of you. And they're just trying to nudge you that a little bit more. Like, hey, you're almost there. You just have to let go of this. Release that hurdle. You're almost there. And you have support and you have love. And you have clarity within you. You are a diamond. So shine bright like a diamond. Thank you so very much for watching this reading. It was a really long one and it was heavy, but you are a diamond and no one can take that from you. So shine yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep it going. Keep going. You're strong. You're wise. You know. You know. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really, truly hope that this message has brought you some clarity, some perspective, some, to remember your own strength. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you in another video. Thank you all so very much. I wish you a wonderful day. I would love to know if this message helped or resonated or if it didn't or anything like that. But anyway, thank you so much. Have a great day. You are good enough. You're a fucking diamond, okay? I don't give a fuck what anyone says or you yourself. You are a diamond. And I'm proud of you. I am proud of you. And I would give you a hug, a virtual hug, okay? Breathe, 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 release, be at peace. Be at peace. Shine bright like a diamond. Love you guys. Bye.